This here is Backwoods Billy coming to you from the beautiful Delmarva Eastern Shore with my special guest taster, Cuddle Wuddles, aka the Diva. This is a UK beer, English beer. It is Young's Double Chocolate Stout, 5.2% alcohol by volume, brewed with real chocolate, and this is very chocolatey. It's one of my favorite beers. You're going to pay anywhere between $3.50 to $4.50 for 16.09 ounces of this. Well worth the money. They also make a banana, which I'll do a review, and I'll show you when I do the banana. You can combine the two of these and make a really nice dessert stout. Stouts are obviously heavier, darker roasted malts, lighter on the hops. English style stouts tend to finish sweeter, which is English style hops. Irish finish drier. American tend to finish hoppier. With stouts, you tend to get more of your roasted notes, your coffee notes, your chocolate notes, toasty notes, some caramel, things like that. Food pairings with this are going to be pretty much anything you want, but typically you want to stay with like desserts, grilled fish, grilled chicken, stuff like that, stuff more of the grilled meats. Although there's nothing wrong with doing a steak with a stout as well, as long as you know what you're doing. But that's your typical pairings for like grilled food and desserts. The glassware I've chosen for this is your English style pub glass, which I think is appropriate for one, it's a stout. Two, more importantly, it's from England. But with this little bulb in here, about 2/3 the way up, you actually, you see it's a hand blown glass, you actually get a better head formation. So we're going to get right with it. Of course, Cuddles may not be patient, so turn down for a minute. Got my little coaster if I need to get a better whiff of the aroma. And here you can hear the wind. The wind is howling. We're having some storms, and it's got a nice pop top. Now this is supposed to be spring. 31st. Today is what, the 29th? 29th of March. And the other day it was 70-some degrees, beautiful. And tonight we're going to get down to freezing, so we'll see. Here we have our pour. Now I can elevate it more, obviously get a lot more head, or not elevate it. Where you turn it and how high you pour is going to create more head. Now this beer typically gets a good head automatically. You'll whiff the aroma in a minute. Now if you've got a problem, if it's windy or something, you don't feel you get a whiff of the aromas, if you do outdoor beer, you can just put a coaster in a plastic bag or a lid or something over top of it, hold it for a few seconds. Oh, this you automatically get the chocolate, the coconuts in there. You get the nice roasted notes from the malts. Very, very a little bit of caramel notes, right, Cuddles? Taste with is more going to be your chocolate up front with this, and a sweet finish. So, let me get with it. What's the matter? Going back into the review. All right, hold on. One little beard on it. Yeah, another lush. Very chocolatey. Slightly roasty, and a sweet finish with this. So again, grilled meats, desserts, like if you have a chocolate cake, any type of pie, anything's gonna be sweet would go very well with
Brownies.
this. Brownies. Well, actually, we do a lot with white baked brownies. Very good with brownies if you have a little bit of vanilla ice cream with the brownies, hot fudge over it. This will go well. It's not gonna, the sweetness is not gonna overpower the beer, and the beer is not gonna overpower the sweetness. You don't. Some beer will taste bitter when you do a sweet dessert. This will not. And I've done steak with this, seafood, so you can break the rules if you know what you're doing. Really good thing to do if you're grilled some shrimp. Dip it in butter, a little bit of beer. Am I right about that? And sometimes we put liquor in, but usually beer. A lot of butter. Grill it with a little bit of Old Bay and a little bit of brown sugar. Flip it on that grill. When you eat it, out of this world. But this, to me, is one of the best stouts out there, bar none. Is this my favorite stout?
Yeah.
This is what I drink the most. And I would say the second thing I drink would be the Union's, people want to say stomp, but it's not. Snow Pants. There's always a thing. Snow Pants Stout. And Dominion has an old barrel stout, oak barrel stout. They're my 3 favorite stouts right there. Then I would put Guinness up there, but Guinness is something to me that finishes a little on the drier side. If you like sweet, you'll like this. Don't just stick to, unless a lot of people drinking IPAs, and every time I do a review, we compare it to an IPA. If you drink a stout, you compare the stout to stouts. As a matter of fact, technically, this should be compared to English stouts, and more simply to a chocolate stout. When you compare it, that's, if you're looking at your judging criteria, with how you judge them, that's how you would judge it. You can see the lacing on here. The head's still there. Heavy tension is excellent. Nice lacing on the glass. The beer pours jet black. Very, very nice. And if you hold up, you put it light to it, you would see it's extremely dark brown, almost black, darker than Coca-Cola. We'll call it a jet black pour. Chocolate and roasty is not overpowering with the chocolate. This is a product of England, brewed and bottled by Charles Wells, Bedford, UK, and it's imported by Blinken's Marketing Incorporated in Texas. So if you don't know where it is, where it works, you do look it up online under Young's Double Chocolate Stout will pop up. This is independent family brewery. I like that personally. Not that I also like beers that are owned by bigger ones, but if I can support a little one, I will. Or I should say little, an independent one, I will. Awesome beer. Backwoods Billy, 2 thumbs up.